This is JordanTower with JT News. Make sure you smash that like button, smash that subscribe, and let's get right into the news. All right, so there's been no rap song on the top 10 of the Billboard Hot 100 in over 9 months. Rap is slowly dying, okay? Drake, you could say whatever you want. You could believe what you want. I believe Drake not being in the game is really bad. Really bad, okay? It's like a domino effect. Kendrick Lamar didn't really... Kendrick Lamar is Kendrick Lamar. He's needed. But he's not, like, creating an effect where, like, more people make money. Drake's put a lot of people on and stuff like that. And I don't know. It's just like Drake just does more for the genre. Same with Kanye. They're not letting Kanye flourish. They're trying to stop him here. They're stopping him from playlisting him. It's just like... You know, maybe it's time that Drake and Kanye just do an album together. They do that Calabasas album together. Drake does an album with Lil Wayne and Nicki Minaj. These are the things the industry needs right now. They got to be a little unselfish about that. You're still going to make millions of dollars, but we need better music out here because right now it's not working. I knew this would happen. When labels started pushing these TikTok, SoundCloud rappers. It waters down. Drake's a little bit to blame for this at the same time. Lil Yachty, stuff like that. That stuff isn't pushing anything forward. It's not. Yeet. Come on, everybody says Yeet's the biggest rapper ever, but he just released something, didn't he? Didn't Yeet just release an album that no top anything? It's because it's not real, bro. Like, there's something going on here that we just don't understand. There's something going on we don't understand, bro. Anyways, Rapsy TV posted this. This is funny. Drake, I forgot about this. Drake followed a fan's wife after they trolled him on Instagram. They were trolling him. Imagine your son makes the league, and he's Ja or Melo or Lonzo. All you can do is be elated, competitive, and over-supportive. And it's a rite of passage that the OGs talk ish. I know I'm going to be this way, even if my son is in Rubik's Cube competition. Then someone said, Champagne, your son probably play with Ghost Riders. And then Drake says, I just followed your girl because she's probably miserable and needs some excitement in her life. And she said, oh, hey, Champagne Poppy. And he says, I'm here for you, ma. That was funny. All right, so talking about being together, Judge Mathis' wife, Linda Reese, officially dismisses the divorce, and they have overcome any problems they've had in their marriage, and they are back together. That's beautiful to see. He fought for his marriage, and hopefully he continues to fight for his marriage. Deion Sanders Jr. thinks, bro, we don't care how many Maybachs you have, Louis Vuitton luggage with shoes. Like, bro, what is this doing for? Isn't this boring? Am I wrong? Like, it's like, wow, oh my gosh. Like, go be great doing something else, bro. Come on. Ebro apologizes after accusing Offset of owing him money. Says the clip was taken out of context because it's now appearing that Offset has a real gambling problem. Academics got some screenshots from Selena Powell of him talking to the door guy or the handler at the casino. When you're high rolling, you have a handler, someone you can talk to at the casino. He says, they only gave me $3,000 cash. He says, at least you got some cash. He says, I need a credit line. I'm working on it. How long? I'm not sure. I sent it to... Sometimes they give you cash to start playing, to start you off. Yeah, obviously, he owes them. Watch, you'll see how much they owe. He wants a credit line. They're working on it. How long? I'm not sure. Sent it to the higher-ups and credit. What do they say? You want to know what you're down on this trip? Said, yeah. Tell me. All right, cool. So then they give him the amount he owes. $890,000. Then he wants a $500,000 credit line. Cardi B exposed this a while back, and people kind of dismissed it. This guy has a real problem, bro. Real problem. Well, DJ Khaled is threatening to drop music this Friday. We haven't heard an anthem from him in a while. The only thing that could really save him is I feel like Drake forgave him and jumped on something. He says 1 out of 3 album cover review. I mean, bro, Khaled's overdoing his albums. Like, it's like he thinks it's like Kanye or Drake dropping. No, it's you, bro. And bro, nobody really cares. Like Khaled, people care, but they don't care. You know, like this guy thinks too much of himself. Most people are just like, oh my gosh, a celebrity, you know. But like Khaled's like really overhyped, bro. Like, I'm sorry to say, it's true. Okay, man works hard and everything, but he's overhyped, bro. Look at all the people sucking him in the comments. Little Baby, whoa! I bet you Little Baby is on the single. I have a feeling. Vibes Cartel. Vibes Cartel used to be highly regarded in my mind. It doesn't matter what I think, right? But I'm just telling you my personal thoughts, which I know you don't care. Vibes Cartel was something different before he went to jail. It's cool when he came out. Now he's just sucking everybody off, bro. I don't care if that's disrespectful or not. It's just, he needs to check himself. He keeps sucking Khaled. DJ Khaled, please be my friend. He moved to near him in Florida. Every second he's on his Instagram, liking it, putting fire emojis, just like, bro, calm down, bro. Like, are you Vibes Cartel or not? Like, act like you're Vibes Cartel. Khaled doesn't give a crap about you. You're forcing yourself on him, and you're still got some juice from coming home from jail, but that's going away itself. That's going away. People saw Vibes Cartel as much as they could last year. I don't know how many more shows he's going to get for $1 million, okay? Maybe 1 or 2 this year, but like he spent most of the money. He bought 2 homes, 10 cars, bought another house in Jamaica. You know, it's just like, but bought all his kids' cars. It's just a lot, bro. Then he's got baby mothers. And he's over here sucking Khaled, bro. Sad. Blueface mom goes in on him, and baby mom says he allegedly disrespected her She says she's washed up, broke, I'll buy another son. My son is a washed up rapper, blah, blah, blah. Yo, this is the worst kind of mom. She's sometimes good and sometimes horrible, bro. Ain't nobody taking advice from the washed up rapper, but a 304 from the tracks Goofy. We don't give a freak. Yo, she's crazy. Cash Out gets 70 years in prison after turning down 25-year plea deal, being convicted of RICO. On trafficking charges, man. Well, they were doing bad things, bro. Like, it was pretty obvious in the evidence, you know. Pooh Shiesty's mom and family head to Dallas court for a hearing. We should be hearing back from that any minute now. Big 30's 100K bond has been paused after the judge ordered to stop his release, and he will now be transferred to Dallas. That must be shocking for him. Kamorley Simmons reveals she earned $20 million or less from baby fat deal worth over $100 million. That's how clothing works. That's not shocking. Most people, that's the scam of doing the clothing deals. You don't really own anything, you know? I forget how someone broke it down before, but it's like you could do $100 million, you only make 5. I think that Dame Dash broke it down before. It's better to go direct to consumer. That's why you see Kanye happy to go direct to consumer. He makes way more money. Little Baby and his crew allegedly get into it with a security guard in Miami for disrespecting his crew. I mean, whatever. Oh, Rick Ross offering 50 Cent 1 point. Okay, so at first he didn't own his catalog. Now he does own his catalog under Rick Ross, and he wants $1.5 million to buy the music catalogs of Young Buck, Lloyd Banks, and Tony Yayo. I'm going to tell you something. I'm going to tell you something. Those guys have sold more than Rick Ross has. Rick Ross has sold 2.5 million albums in the U.S. over his career. 2.5 million. Right? Tony Yayo. What he made money on is Wingstops, selling Meek Mill and Wale and the whole MMG catalog quietly. He doesn't talk about that. Somehow he kept that under wraps. Tony Yayo alone has sold, let's see, over 1 million copies of one album. Young Buck album sales. I think Young Buck has sold 2 million, right? So Young Buck's done Rick Ross's career. So Rick Ross is embarrassing himself. Lloyd Banks sales. 1.5 million with his first album, and I think 2 million with his second, right? Let me see. No, a little less on the second, but like 1 million. So anyways, these three guys have outdone Rick Ross's career. So what does that say about his career, what it's worth? You know what I'm saying? Like, and then 50 Cent, well, we don't get to speak about that. He's gone, 10, 20, 30, 40 million, something like that. Rick Ross, these rappers thinking they're in the same lane is crazy. Rick Ross monthly listeners, Spotify. This is how you gauge how hot an artist is, right? He does about 15 million. Rick Ross is like right there around Meek Mill, right? Meanwhile, 50 Cent's doing 40 million. 50 Cent's outselling you by like 10 times, bro. Like, not on the monthly listeners, on just album sales over your career. Who could put an album out now and sell versus that? Who cares, bro? People have moved on. Some people have moved on. Rick Ross claims he's moved on from music, then drops music. But Rick Ross is funny. We'll never say that he's not funny. Okay, let's listen to what he says here, because it is hilarious. Okay, the guy is funny.
The biggest boss, Ricky Rose, and I got a business offer for the Diabolical Genius. I read yesterday that Young Buck's catalog is worth $725K for the entire catalog. Cool. I can only assume that Lloyd Banks is worth about the same. So I say, thank you. So I say, let's make it, and to keep it simple, throw Tony Yayo in there. I give you 1.5. And let's say for the, I don't need the entire G-Unit catalog, but Beg for Mercy. Let's keep it simple. I'll give you another 500K.
I think Beg for Mercy sold more than Rick Ross's whole career, to be honest with you.
The biggest boss. That's $2 million. I'm making a business offer to the Diabolical Genius. It's $2 million. Boss. And let me know, Diabolical Genius, let me know if you want the wire or you just want the watch and the pinky ring. It's the same thing. You let me know. Luke Belair Toast.
So I think Beg for Mercy album sales. I think that sold a lot. 3 million. 6 million. More than Rick Ross's whole career. More than Rick Ross's whole career. And he's talking about, oh, I'll buy it for $500,000. Bro. Can't make this up. Papoose on why he knocked out Remy Ma's boyfriend because he shook his hand while he was sleeping with Remy. Listen, I'm going to just tell you this. Vlad paid Papoose to do this interview, obviously, right? Because he's answering all the questions, and that's part of the terms. Papoose was lucky to get a check for this interview because Clarissa Shields and Remy Ma beefing made Papoose relevant enough to get a check for an interview. Because right now he just lives off of Clarissa Shields. Let's just be real. Shout out to Vlad, right? The Game says he was targeted in a shooting. We talked about this 5 days ago. Nobody has talked about this. Nobody cares, bro. It's weird, right? Nobody cares. And he says, I was going to Nobu and they thought it was soul food. Nobody cares that the game shot somebody the other day and everything. Nobody cared, bro. That's weird. But it's true. Poetic Flacco claims a man by the name of Frank Williams took Draco the Ruler out. How does he know that, though? I don't know. We'll see if anyone gets arrested for that. This guy, Hernandez Govan, hates Gucci Man, bro. He thinks he's a sucker, he says. He says Gucci Man wasn't even prepared for Pooh Shiesty coming down there when he knew he did Pooh Shiesty wrong. I don't think so. I think Pooh Shiesty just like someone got in his ear and told him differently about the business, you know? Like, you're signed to an artist, bro. That's how it goes. You're supposed to go down and renegotiate with a lawyer. I don't know. Cameron says he wouldn't speak to Kanye in an interview unless he talked about why he all of a sudden became gay and was going down on his cousin until he was 14. But we just found out about this 20 years into his career, not earlier. Was it convenient? That's a good point. And Bobby Altoff says, she says, life sucks. She's depressed and she has no motivation. She's going to start running and hopefully that fixes everything. Or she'll go back on the meds, she says. I don't know you, bro. All right? I don't know you, man. Anyways, this is JordanTower with JT News. I'll check you guys in the next one.